Good morning, people. What's good? Welcome back to MUFC Realist TV. Mick Ruby here in the morning, this day of recording, the last day in January. And what we're going to talk about here is standards levels as per Sir Brailsford has been talking to the Manchester United game. With that 4-2 victory, it's not good enough. You're not playing as a team. We all discussed it in the fan forums that we have wingers that are not crossing, being very greedy. And I agree with that. Because there's one thing that Manchester United has been lacking is a culture. So Bracewell, according to the reports been coming out to say that after the game, the 4-2 victory against Newport in the FA Cup, went to the dressing room together with John Murtaugh to address the players. That was before the Marcus Rashford incidents, of course, to say that no longer do we need to play like individuals. This is not a golf sport. It's not tennis. You are playing like a team. You're defending like a team. You're winning like a team. You conduct yourself as a team off the pitch and on the pitch. Be leaders. And I applaud that. Definitely. Brailsford is there, or has been there for the couple of last weeks to do performance management, to see marginal gains and improvements. What Brailsford is all about is performance management, to see how can you improve. And if you don't improve, you're out of the door. This is also what's been said by Omar Barada, the new CEO, to set high-level standards. What do we expect from you as a player? Well, if we buy you, and if you're not performing within 2 seasons, you're out of the door. And that is exactly what Manchester United need. And of course, this was barring before the Marcus Rashford incident's been then slapped on the wrist. Apparently, we're going to talk about that as well, because Manchester United has now offered Marcus Rashford counselling, reaching out for help. Now, that's a little bit of a weird one. But we're going to park this one in the bus and still continue on the pathway of performance. As fans, what we see here is nowhere near good enough what we used to do. I used to be under Sir Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson didn't take any prisoners. He didn't take bollocking for anything. He used to give them bollocking even if they were winning or even if they were performing. Or yes, there was incidents when you had the Berbatov situations where he was scoring goals, of course. Cantona was doing well. He gave them a little special privilege to give them a day extra off, but that was well earned, 100%. Now, what's been said here, it's to improve marginal gains. That means that reset the cultural standards, because the bankers has been there with no footballing knowledge, ruining the place. There has been fostering a kindergarten mentality that we pay you a lot of money and you diddling you down in training. If you watch the training clips from Carrington, it doesn't look like they're putting the efforts and still getting picked. It's been asset players over team players, according to my opinions. To set a higher standard is a must in order to compete as a team. Just put it like this. You are sitting on a Volvo Ocean Race on the way to Hobart. You have a full sailing boat full of 13 players, so 24. One is the skipper, but that means that everyone has to contribute all the way to Hobart as a team. Otherwise, you will sink and lose. And this is something that it's needed at the club. Now, Brailsford is working in the background, and it's led to believe that in the beginning of February, the INEOS plan of action will be fully released, with Omar Barada as a CEO and new potential sporting director and recruitment of football. But however, levels comes down to in everyday work, what you do. Let me give you an example regarding the Marcus Rashford situation. There's a tweet come out earlier today from MUFC MVP to say Manchester United will offer Marcus Rashford counselling if he reaches out for help. I'm going to apply my opinion to that. United are taking the situation very seriously, according to this tweet, and committed to support Rashford physically and mentally throughout the dark periods. This is according to Chris Wheeler. Now, let that sink in. I find it strange for being an ex-intermediate and player agent, and I will tell you why. I think it's a strange statement because it is actually the agent's job. The agent provides 360-degree service, including counseling. It means also the PR image rights, taking care of the players' bills, the welfare, the image rights, and everything. But counseling is also part of that 360 degrees service. Agent's job is to look after the individual player, and club's job is to look after the entire squad. And that is what Brailsford was trying to do, the culture. So why should the club offer one individual special treatment when it's down to the agent and the player, who he surrounds him, his individuals, his entourage, his group of friends that are influencing the bad behavior? This needs to be nipped in the bud straight away, and this is what I'm calling out. You might as well then take the whole squad and send them for a mental checkup at Holland, because we did that. We already done that with Rashford once. We already done that with Jadon Sancho as well. It didn't work out. Of course, Rashford came back, did this one season, played his socks off, scored 30 goals, and then played his way up to this contract, got fat upgrade contract. And since he got that, the performance dropped. And this is what we're calling performance management. Because normally in a work situation, I will tell you from a HR leadership perspective, when you have a situation like this, when you have one of your teammates or one of your managers or somebody who's leading the team are not performing for simple reason of misconduct or being caught causing a harm on the brand or being out drinking and XYZ or using some substance, usually if you are good enough, what the you as a line manager does, you put them on a performance management review. That might lead up to 8 to 12 weeks where you set a certain key performance indexes, KPIs, before any dismissal, right? It's part of everyone's employment contract. So if the employee then at the end of the 12 months do not improve, the employer has the right to terminate and dismiss the employer. That's it. And that's what it is. So let me know in the comment section what you think. I think this is bad management from the club. I think they're protecting one single asset as a player instead of looking after a whole individual squad. It goes against what Brailsford and INEOS is trying to achieve. What it comes down to is win at all costs. This is what we fans wants to do, wants to see. We want Manchester United players to play like they mean it. You know, you are the ambassadors. You are wearing the club shirt, and okay, if you lose one game, we understand. But if you played like warriors and didn't down tool, then it's not acceptable. So I'm all for that cultural reset. I'm all for that all performance management. What I said, Dale Brailsford is there to do the overall evaluation. He's looking at every single player. Nobody's safe, and nobody should have special treatment, according to my opinion. Now moving on to other matters. We're playing Wolves. I'm worried because this team, Wolves, is very hard to beat. Our record against them is quite evil. Even Steven, we seem to draw or seem to play, actually win with 1 goal difference in between us. It's going to be interesting. We're going to cover this later on in the match preview later on tonight with Vicky Witterberg, myself, and other guests as well. But let me know what you think as well. From this now on, moving forward, 22 games left to play. I want to see togetherness. There's no excuse right now. Tonight you got all your players back in here, right? You got Martinez, you got Varane, you got Casemiro. Hell, you got a full fit squad right now that can contribute. And please make sure that the wingers are playing like a team, that they are not being greedy. Cross the ball, feed the striker, because Højlund is starving. Højlund has to create his own goals, and I feel it's a disgrace. So, get to know each other. I don't know. Go on a boot camp or whatever. Go to warm weather training. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you gel as a team during the break? What have you been doing? It's big question marks, but we are here to scrutinize everything what the team is doing right now. Rightfully so, because we love them and we want them to succeed. So if the club can put high standards on the players like Brailsford is doing, so can we as fans as well. Demand high standards. And last but not least, confirmed congratulations for Facundo Pellistri for signing his loan deal. This was confirmed late last night by Fabrizio Romano, saying, here we go, Facundo Pellistri to Granada. It's all done and dusted for 1 season on loan with no obligations to buy. So I wish Pellistri all the best development and hope he gets the great minutes. And I think it's a shame because he was the only one that could actually cross a ball, that was actually a proper winger. But at the end of the day, this is a club decision, and what's good for the player, this is what I support. So really hope that he gets all the minutes that he can get, come back to Manchester United and show that he's a different player. So anyway, we will be covering everything here in the manager's press conference live 1:30 p.m. on this channel. We will find out what kind of questions will be fired at Erik ten Hag. Predominantly is going to be around Marcus Rashford and the team in general, and if there will be any January signings, surprise signings, as we have 2 days left of the transfer window. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and let me know in the comments what you think. Performance, high standards, is this what you want from this new Manchester United? Do you think that anyone should get any, exception? I don't think so. Anyway, Mick Ruby here, having my say, and hopefully I made you a better day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you to the next video. Ciao, and bye for now.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.